Hi, everybody. Welcome to Money Monday. This is going to be a new topic we're talking about, and it's right here. Tonight, we're talking about how to budget when you feel like you don't make enough money, and then, secondly, how to stop a financial hemorrhage. So, for me, I know there's a lot going on. I know people are, not doing so well. And so I really wanted to focus on giving you guys content that you can use. And so the number one objection I hear to money management and budgeting your money is that, oh, I don't make enough money. That's not true. Right. And I'm going to walk you through it tonight. And then I'm also going to tell you how to stop a financial hemorrhage where you feel like you're really living paycheck to paycheck and you're just hemorrhaging money. Right. So let's get into it. So budgeting your money, and I've said this before, is not rocket science. It's not hard to do. And you probably make enough money, you just don't budget it. Okay. So that's what I need you to understand. But there are three things that you have to do in order to be successful when you're managing your money. You're going to need consistency, discipline, and a blueprint. Okay. Those three things are what's going to help propel you to the next level. Okay. So let's start with how to budget your money when you feel like you don't make enough. The number one thing that you want to do, if you feel like you don't make enough money or you're not really sure where you stand, is do a money inventory. Okay. And I've talked about money inventories in the past. It's just a comprehensive review of your money, right? It's not tracking your expenses. It's not depriving yourself. It's not trying to piecemeal some things together. It's just a comprehensive view of your money. So what's coming in, what's going on out, how much you owe, how much you've paid, so on and so forth. Okay. Now, the good thing with a money inventory is it gives you a clear picture of where you stand. So it's going to tell you if you're short $20 a month or $200 a month or $2,000 a month, right? And that's really the goal of this money inventory, is to give you a clear picture of where you stand and what's going on. Now, there are two things that can happen when you are learning how to budget your money when you don't make enough and you're doing your money inventory. After you do your money inventory, you're going to find out one of two things. You're either going to find out you're in the black, which is good, or you're in the green, or you're in the red. Okay. If you're in the black, that's good. What you can do is you can focus on your debt, saving, and investing. Okay. If you're in the red, it gets a little tricky. So let's talk about that. Most people, when they figure out they're starting this process and they already feel like they don't make enough money, is they bury their heads, okay, in the sand, and they do nothing. That's the last thing that you want to do. You have to take action. So don't do that. Okay. What you're trying to figure out through this money inventory process is, what is your number, right? What is the number of your expenses and your income, and how much does it take you to live every single month? And that's what you're going to discover with this money inventory. Now, your focus, if you're in the red where you don't make enough money, you figured out, okay, I'm working or I have my business, but I'm actually short $500 a month, is you're going to focus on some different things versus if you were in the green or in the black. One of the things you want to focus on is actually knowing and understanding your number. So how does this number impact and make up the big picture of your lifestyle, right? Is the number super high, but you have like a luxury lifestyle? That's going to tell you some things that you need to do differently in the next few months, in the next year. The second thing that you want to focus on is cutting expenses. Anytime you feel like you don't make enough money to budget, anytime you're in the red, anytime you're trying to do some things differently financially, the number one thing that you want to do is cut your expenses. So I've talked about this in the past, and I'll link that in the video below, but that looks like car insurance, updating your car insurance. That looks like stop eating out. That looks like stop shopping. That looks like no travel. That looks like getting rid of the hair appointments and the nail appointments and the massages and the facials and all of those extra things. Cut those expenses. The next thing is you want to increase your income, right? So maybe you can work overtime. If you can work overtime, that's great. Work overtime. Maybe you need to get a side hustle and make some more money, or a second job. Maybe you need to switch careers. Maybe the career that you're in right now is not really fitting into your lifestyle anymore. Maybe you are older. Maybe you have kids. Things have changed and it's just not working, right? So those are things that you can do to increase your income. And then lastly, you're going to focus on only the essentials. And when I say essentials, I'm talking about food, car, insurance. Okay. You're going to need somewhere to live. You're going to need a way to get back and forth. You're going to need a way to have insurance just to shield you from any risk or any liability that you might have. Most people, when they're thinking about the essentials, they talk about food and utilities. Listen, You can be in the cold. You can do without air conditioning. You can sit in the dark. You can eat top ramen for the next 4 months. But you need somewhere to live. You need a way to get around, right? And if you're living in a city where you don't need a car, maybe you can Uber. That's great. You're going to need that. And then you're going to need to make sure that you are shielding yourself from any additional risk or liabilities with your insurance. So I'm talking about car insurance, life insurance, and renters or mortgage insurance. Okay. Now, after you know your number, you're still in the red, you're figuring out what's going on, then you can move to step two. So if you're in the green or the black, or you're in the red, you're both going to move to step two. Step two is your money goals. So what is it that you're trying to accomplish in the next few months, in the next year? What does that look like? How are we going to get there? What is our plan, right? We're following our SMART goal breakdown. What are we going to do to get either more in the black or less in the red? So we have to figure that out. Okay. And that's going to help you with your money goals. And then lastly, both of these people, whether you're in the green or black, whether you're in the red, you're going to move to the building your budget phase. So this is where you get into the nitty gritty of what you pay when, how much you pay. This is where you're going to get into the nitty gritty of focusing on your investments, your savings, your debt repayment, or cutting your expenses, increasing your income, and managing your essentials or your necessary items, right? So you're going to build your budget. Okay, I get paid bi-weekly. The first check of the month is going to go to da, 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 da. The second check of the month is going to go to A, B, C, D, D, E, F, G, whatever, so that's when you do that, is at your budget point. Now, I know you feel like, oh, I don't make enough money. I don't make enough money. Without you doing this process, without you doing a money inventory, you don't know that. You don't know how much it takes for you to live. You don't know how much it takes for you to pay your bills. You have no clue. And so that's why you have to go through these steps, is so you can get a clear idea so that you can start crafting your plan, so that when you do start developing your budget and you do get to step 3, you have a tangible way to move to the next step, right? You have clarity. You know exactly where you should be. Oh, yeah, I owe this person this amount of money. You know all of that. Okay. Now, this is what most people do, again, when they're in the red. Let's say you're short on your rent $400. Instead of figuring it out on the $400, our brain tells us, oh, don't worry about it. And now we're short $1,000, okay, and facing eviction. Don't do that. Sit down, come up with your plan, even if you don't feel like you make enough, okay? Know your number, how much it takes you to live, so that as you're going through this process, you can start getting more comfortable. You can start working on your consistency and your discipline. Okay. Now let's talk about stopping a financial hemorrhage. A financial hemorrhage is exactly what it sounds like, right? You're bleeding out. It's money going out everywhere. You don't even know where it's going. You have no idea. And so you really have to focus on some things when you're stopping a financial hemorrhage. Now, maybe you're hemorrhaging due to a loss of a job. Maybe it's inflation. Maybe you've had some health issues, or you were already living paycheck to paycheck and then you had an emergency. Whatever the reason, the process is still going to be the same. So the first thing that you want to do, if you're hemorrhaging, right? If your account is negative, if you're behind on bills, if you're hiding your car from the repo man, is stop spending. Stop spending, right? We're only going to focus on those necessity items. So no clothes, no shoes, no excessive driving, watching our utility usage, focusing on what we eat to make sure we're getting that food expense down. So stop spending. The next thing that you want to do if you are stopping the financial hemorrhage is avoid debt. So most people, when they don't make enough money, they live on credit cards. And you don't want to do that, because as you're charging, the bill is going up and up and up and up, and you still don't have enough. So avoid new debt if you can. If it's absolutely, like, you absolutely have to use your credit cards, then of course use them. But avoid new debt if you can. And then find resources or get professional help. Maybe you need to go somewhere or reach out to somebody. Maybe you want to reach out to me and say, hey, Nikhil, this is my situation. This is what I'm going through. What is your feedback? What is your recommendation, right? But definitely find those resources. Also look for government resources. Maybe that's going down and applying for food stamps or SNAP or Medicaid or whatever it is. Use these resources. That's why they're there to help you. The next thing that you want to do if you are trying to stop a financial hemorrhage is, again, go back to your money inventory so that you can get a clear picture of where you stand, how much you owe, what's going in, what's coming out, and you can get to that number of how much it takes for you to actually live, and then you can start developing your plan. And then 6, we've talked about it before, create your budget, create your blueprint. Your budget is going to be your sounding board, and that's what's going to help you get some stability as you're trying to figure out your money. Okay. And then lastly, number 6 is take action, right? Get organized, start tracking your spending, start trying something that works. If something is not working, try something new. Okay. Track your spending, figure out, okay, am I actually sticking to my budget? Am I overspending? What areas am I overspending at? Why am I overspending in this area? Oh, it's the Starbucks. It's $10 a day, right? And that's $50, $60 a week. So I'm going to make my coffee at home. So start playing with different things so you can figure out where those gaps are and you can fill those gaps. Okay. I hope this helped you. I'll be tagging some additional videos. A few months ago, I did a Money Monday on how to stop living paycheck to paycheck in 30 days. I'll tag that. I'll tag the Money Monday about cutting your expenses. I'll tag all of those relevant videos down in the caption so you guys can watch them. Don't forget, my Money Reset waitlist is open. I'm going to link that waitlist in the caption as well so that you guys can go to that waitlist and sign up and know when that course is opening, so that if you do need additional help, if you need a refresher, if you need a different way, a different set of eyes, some additional feedback, you can go through that course and get that directly from me. So I love you guys. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped. Make sure you share this with some people. I think this is the biggest thing. Even when I was in grad school and I wasn't working, I had a budget. And when I say that it was only the necessities on it, baby, it was only the necessities, okay? So I get it. I've been there. But you need to start somewhere and you need to get serious. If you don't do it now, you will do it later, but it's going to be real rough until you get there. So enjoy your week. Enjoy your Monday. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.